When my father gave me away to a cold-hearted billionaire, he assumed I would resist and be afraid to be with him. However, to his surprise, not only was I not afraid, but I looked at his injured hand and asked, "When we get home, can I take care of your hand?" After hearing my words, the billionaire looked at me for a while, his expression unreadable. Then he shrugged and said, "It's nothing. It'll heal." I pressed on. "I promise I'll be careful. It won't hurt." I felt silly the moment I said it. My cheeks flamed, and when our eyes met, there was a flicker of amusement in his gaze. He actually smiled, the first time I'd ever seen it, and I had a feeling I wouldn't see it again. "Victoria, my little love, always thinking of others," he murmured, brushing my hair with his bandaged hand. Then his tone shifted, cold and distant. "You deserve a choice. I'm no angel, but I try to be fair. Here's the offer. Marry me for a year and care for my son, Michael. I'll pay you $1 million. After that, I'll find someone else, or you can stay as my companion." It wasn't much of a choice. I whispered, "I accept the contract." Ray nodded. "Good girl. Tomorrow the lawyer will draw it up." I was exhausted when we got back to his apartment. I couldn't stop shaking. Even his jacket couldn't keep out the chill. "We'll get along fine as long as you stop expecting help," Ray said, unlocking the door. He'd mentioned a son earlier, and the thought of someone else seeing me so vulnerable made me blush. I turned to ask for clothes, but he grabbed my face and kissed me hard. Then he snatched his jacket from my shoulders, leaving me completely exposed to the cold. "I've been too generous to you, Kitten," he muttered, brushing past me. Tears burned behind my eyes. If this was kindness, what did cruelty look like? "Coming or not," he barked. I followed him. His bedroom was larger than my father's whole house. The massive bed reminded me just how small and powerless I felt. "Come here, little cat." His deep eyes pinned me in place. I couldn't move as he approached. Fear took over, and I turned and ran, but he caught me easily. He cursed, raised his hand, and I braced for a blow that never came. Instead, he tossed me onto the bed. I trembled, expecting the worst, but when he lay over me, my body betrayed me. I welcomed his warmth. I kissed him clumsily, trying to show that care could be gentle, not harsh. He chuckled, learning fast. "Kitten," then pulled away, distant again. "You're too naive. Not what I need. Maybe another time." Tears filled my eyes. He hadn't touched me cruelly, but rejection stung worse. I was his wife, and he didn't want me. "If you keep crying, I'll show you what rough really means. What you've seen so far is restraint. Clean yourself up. You'll meet Michael in 2 hours, and make sure he likes you. A girl who can't smile and cries constantly isn't worth 20 million. I nodded and went to shower. The shame in his words stung more than the cold water. He followed, no surprise, watching me as though every part of me belonged to him, which, in a way, it did. Later, I met Michael. The little boy looked up at his father and scowled. "I don't like her. Is she my new nanny or more like your new mom?" Michael laughed. He looked just like Ray. I bent down and smiled. "I'd be surprised if you liked me right away. That'd be weird." He blinked. "Why? Because you don't know if I'm good or bad yet?" Michael considered this. "How do I tell? Watch me. See how I act." He nodded thoughtfully, then asked, "So if you let me eat ice cream every day, is that enough?" "Enough," Ray interrupted sharply. Michael clutched his game and left without a word. Ray's expression softened as he watched his son. He really did care. But when he turned back to me, the cold was back. "Don't try to prove how sweet you are, Kitten. I don't need that." Before I could respond, the butler entered, followed by 2 identical blondes and a redhead.